If you're looking for a stylish, fastback look in the Mercedes-Benz SUV lineup, look no further than the 2024 GLC 300 4matic Coupe. I'm not exactly an expert, that's why I grabbed Scott Powell. Hey Scott.
Good to see you again, Brian.
Yeah.
Ready to do this again?
Absolutely. We're gonna take this car on a test drive, so let's get to it. First thing I wanna talk about whenever we look at this vehicle is the exterior paint color, because it looks like black from far away, but whenever I get closer to it, it's got a little bit of sparkle, a little bit of blue in there.
This is one of our Mercedes chameleon colors. This is a new color. It is called nautical blue. It replaced lunar blue, so it's a little bit of richer, dark blue, more in the navy family. And if you get some light on it, you can actually see it has a whole lot more sparkle in the flake in the paint.
Yeah, we're definitely gonna have to show that outside. Unfortunately, it's a rainy day today, but we'll make that work somehow. Other things that I'm noticing on the front of the vehicle, gigantic Mercedes-Benz logo there in the front with the, is that single lamella?
Yes, this one has the AMG Sportline package, and new for 24. Instead of little diamonds, you happen to have individual three-pointed stars weaved into the grille. It's almost like it's a pattern that's been stretched.
I do see that. That's really cool. I didn't realize that was the Mercedes-Benz logo.
Latest generation of all LED lamps too.
Yeah, very bright. We were testing those out earlier.
This is the 19-inch AMG 5-spoke rim that comes along with the AMG Sportline package. Again, that's an appearance package. It has nothing to do with the engine or the performance of the vehicle. It just makes it look really sharp. And part of that, they also painted all around the wheel arches too.
Rear view mirror back here, I'm noticing there's body color molding on top and a turn signal indicator there, as well as a camera. I noticed the camera on the front as well, huh?
That's right. This one does have the surround view camera system.
And another thing I'm noticing here is a lot of chrome along the sides on the door handles. Looks like a keyless entry system there.
Absolutely. Of course, you have keyless entry with that. And one of the hallmarks of Mercedes-Benz styling is chrome on top of the door handles. But one of the things I do want you to notice, setting the Coupe apart from the regular GLC 300 SUV, is the sloping roofline. That's what makes it a coupe. You get that sloping roof line that comes down and pinches off at the rear of the car, and it almost gives the impression of a tiny little deck lid there.
Coming around to the back, Scott, how do I open this trunk? Because I don't really see any place here to...
Just push right here on top of the star.
Oh, okay, wow.
Bringing things in and out, these metal skid plates are there to catch things so you don't get the plastic all dug up.
Yeah.
And of course, and then under here, you're gonna find your spare tire. On the GLC for 2023 moving ahead, this is now a 24, but they gave up on the run flat tires. Okay. Customers didn't like them, so you have regular tires and a regular spare tire with the toolkit with it.
And something that I notice here, looks like you can put these seats down.
Go ahead and pull it. Go ahead and pull it, Brian.
All right, so that puts that side down. There's one on the left side for the other side. And there we go. We have a lot of space in here. Okay.
This also does come down in the middle too.
Oh, okay, so if you have skis or something like that.
Exactly. Before we get in the back seat, why don't you close it with a kick?
Okay. Well, that was probably the easiest one I've ever tested, Scott. That was first try.
This is the latest generation of Mercedes-Benz LED tail lamps. High intensity red light, and you can see, go ahead and click it again. There's your amber light. And that also goes along with the lamp up on the mirror that you mentioned earlier. And don't forget about the LED logo projector on the ground.
Hey, there we go right there. That's nice. That's something that you wouldn't be able to see during the daytime tests that we do.
This is right.
All right, so getting into the back seat, this has a beautiful interior color here, Scott. What's this called?
It's called Sienna Brown.
Wow, well, the brown's really nice. And getting into the car is super simple. I didn't have to step up into it real awkwardly or anything like that. I'm noticing first thing, because we're indoors again, I'm noticing these interior lights all over the door. Really stick out nicely. We have the leather seats are great. What I'm seeing up here, we have some ventilation for the people in the back seat. Next thing I want to check out is this armrest. Put this down. And you do have a really nice plush armrest here. I'm just gonna go ahead and open this up, and you have two cup holders Well, that's going to do it for our back seat. Let's jump up front and get this thing on the road. So Scott, here we are on the inside of the GLC 300 Coupe, and the Mercedes-Benz logo is going to light up there on the dash for me. I'm just going to put my foot on the brake, hit the engine start stop button, and everything's just going to light right up for me.
We're ready to go.
So here we have a digital display on the dashboard.
Yep.
So you have everything very clearly marked there. On the steering wheel itself, you have the giant Mercedes-Benz logo and different ways to navigate the things on your screen on the left-hand side. And below that, you actually have, there's actually something special about these buttons, isn't there?
That's capacitive feedback. They're not hard keys. You just have to touch them.
Yeah, they're great. Below that on the left-hand side, you have your cruise control settings and some other safety settings there. On the top right, it looks like you have the ability to control things on your entertainment screen over here.
That's the whole idea. This is a touch screen like we've seen on the C300 and the other GLC, regular SUV, but what if you don't want to take your hands off the wheel? You can still control it with that.
Push to talk button. You have a star button there and volume controls for your phone and your radio settings. Is that star button something special?
That's how you can set some favorites. Go and push it. But that is going to bring up these favorites and other things you can get to. Route overviews, traffic. It's a way to, and you can add things to this or take these things out.
If I go back to the home menu, let's talk about this screen because it is iPad style, vertical, and you have a lot of visibility on this screen. You have your, it looks like your AC settings down here, it's all digital, and we have a map up right now.
It's the third generation of the MBUX, or we affectionately call the MBUX, or the Mercedes-Benz user experience, or Hey Mercedes. This is the most recent generation of it. Now the GLC 300 Coupe comes with a few better standard features than a regular GLC, and one of them is MB navigation.
As we come down here, it looks like you're going to have a wireless charger inside of this little compartment here.
Right there. Yep, there's a wireless charging pad.
You have two cup holders and a USB-C. Coming down below that, we have our armrest, which is nicely padded leather. And if I go ahead and open that up, it opens up, on both sides.
And you have two more USB-C chargers too.
The other thing I want to mention here is this sunroof above us, where we actually have a lot of viewing angle on this. It goes way behind our heads, so we can actually see behind us a bit. It has a shade, but if I just run my finger along, there, it's going all the way back. Yeah. So it also has a bug guard up here, so it's going to protect us from any bugs or wind, harsh wind, right?
The biggest function that does, it controls the wind noise. That way you don't get that thunk, 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 thunk noise.
If I were to just do that again, it's going to bring the shade over, and we can have less light in here. So nice to have. We have lights there. Scott, let's get this thing out on the road.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, so I'm just going to go ahead and first thing put on my seat belt. And actually, as I did that, the seatbelt actually hugged me a little bit there, Scott.
You found the pretensioner again. That's actually a safety device to make sure the seatbelt is in the optimal position to protect you in the event of an unlikely event of a crash.
We don't normally take test drives in the rain, Scott, but we got this thing in and we were like, we got to do this video, right? Yeah. Never get to test out the windshield wipers on these test drives.
Well, you notice the rain sensing wipers turn themselves on.
Yeah. So we have those powered seats with several different memory settings. It looks like the passenger also has memory settings.
Passenger also has it too. 3-position memory seat, and your heated seat switches above.
So I went ahead and set the cruise control to 44 miles per hour, 45 now. And what it's doing is it's detecting the car in front of me, and it's keeping me at a safe distance from that car, right, Scott?
I've got you set up for the most high sensitivity, so it's looking out as far as it possibly can to find other cars. So if that truck up there starts to slow down, this car should slow down too.
So that truck is actually slowing down, and I see myself slowing down to that 45. Now it's gotten out of the way, and I'm speeding back up Other things I'm noticing up here on the dashboard, I have a map, so I can see very clearly where I'm at, where I'm driving, you know. Even if it's nighttime, I'm having a hard time maybe seeing the road, I can see where I need to stay if there's a quick turn coming up ahead of me.
Absolutely. Hey, Mercedes.
How may I help you?
Drive to 5053 Route 30 in Greensburg.
I am starting route guidance to 5053 State Route 30, Greensburg. Now make a U-turn onto US 30 East.
And it's even telling you what lane to get into. And notice that it expanded the picture. And if you want the picture more expanded, this is just like your cell phone. You can pinch it.
Okay. So we do have a truck coming up in our blind spot. The alert's coming on. And if I were to put on my turn signal, whenever somebody's in my blind spot, it's actually flashing at me and alerting me that somebody's there and that I should not make that left-hand turn, right,
That
Scott?
last minute, don't do it. That last minute warning not to do it.
So, Scott, what I noticed actually as I made this turn back here is that the bottom of the steering wheel has a flat edge to it.
Yep, you've got the flat bottom wheel because this car does have the AMG Sportline package, and that's part of it, along with those pedals that are etched aluminum with rubber studs.
All right, Scott, so we're going to come up into this parking garage here and check out this backup camera.
All right.
Let's go ahead and put this thing into reverse.
There you go.
And we have that backup camera here.
This one has the surround view, so that's going to show you a simulated view here of what's around you and then what's directly behind you. Notice that the wheel tracks will guide you, and this yellow line over there is the widest part of the car.
Yeah. I'm paying attention to what's around me. It's got predictive lines, so I'm actually able to easily get into this spot. And here we have some sensors. Oh, this is really cool. This is actually a line behind the car telling me how close I am to something behind me. And the closer I get,
the more it beeps.
and it curves to the object that's behind me.
Shows you where it is.
Wow, that's really cool. So other things I could see here, there's different camera angles. That's our front camera angle. You can see what's out in front of the car. We have the back view. Oh, that's cool. It's like it's not just a 360, but it kind of comes at a
That's the side view.
Side view at an angle. The other angle, you can see what's behind me, even as I inch backwards. It has an auto, so it just switches to whatever
push that one. That's gonna give you additional views.
Okay.
You see, there's the full length, and this is showing you the front and the back truncated.
Wow. Well, that's just a fantastic working backup camera that shows you the whole way around your car. That's really awesome. And that was my first drive in the 2024 Mercedes-Benz GLC 300 Coupe. And man, this was an exciting one. Scott, thanks for doing the test drive with me.
My pleasure.
If you have questions, you can leave them in the comments section. We'll make sure to get back to you right away. Or, Scott, if they have questions for you, how can they contact you?
Easy. You can stop by the dealership at 5053 Route 30 in Greensburg. You can also pick up the phone, 724-838-1200, or just go online to smailmercedes-benz.com.
Thanks, Scott, so much for that. And until next time, guys, enjoy the ride.